What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. We are live. It has been forever since I've done a live stream. It's been a while. I'm not going to say forever. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. It's been a while since I made a video. I actually took advantage of Strange Music Summer Strange Sale. So I've actually got a few CDs to upload on iTunes. And so as I come in here, I'm like, it's been a while since I've done a video. I have video ideas to do a video about, but I'm not really sure how well they would be received, just because they're not necessarily on the topic of Juggalo shit per se. So I didn't want to put out a bullshit video, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's just go live. What's new for you guys? I'll talk a little bit about what's new for me. Not really much is new since the last video I did, where I explained that we're already moved, that we're now in the process of unpacking. So really, on my end, not a whole lot is new. Not really anything's new. So just still unpacking. It's a super duper slow process. If you guys have ever moved, you know what that's like. It sucks. Unpacking, I feel, is like the hard part of moving. So it's get everything in its place, get everything set up, and then you can unpack from there. It's the CDs I got, or what, man? You're not a Strange Music fan? Craig Stratton, what up? Just chilling on your day off? I'm doing good. I've actually I managed to get my boss at my full-time job to cut some of my hours back. Not as much as I had wanted. I originally wanted to go down to like 32 hours because that's still full-time. So I'd still get all the benefits of being full-time, PTO, stuff like that. But they only cut me down 5 hours, so I go home an hour early every day. It actually does help. I skipped my lunch today, so I left at 1. Was able to go run a couple errands before I got home. And yeah, I've got time now before I go do my part-time job. I got to go leave for that at 5:15. Megs is still at work. I figured I'd upload these CDs that I got like 2 weeks ago that I've just left still sealed and packaged on the CD tower. I figured I need to upload them on iTunes, and so we're here live talking with y'all. What up, Doug? But yeah, I had a couple video ideas. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the videos just because I didn't know how well they'd be received. So there are potential topics to talk about with you guys here. One of them actually kind of pertains to the Strange Music CDs and a lot of the artists that I've been listening to now on Strange Music. I guess we'll just fucking start with that, segue it in, because I don't know if that's what Spooky Tuesday was saying boo to. Lord Zero, what up? Bender Boys dominate. Not Slim One, speak of Bender Boys. I didn't, I'm going to be honest with you, Blake. I didn't realize you were like officially a part of the Bender Boys until after last year's gathering. I didn't realize that was official. It was Hollow Wicked that confirmed it for me when you were doing like the Bender Boys live stream thing. So Craig been back working since June, since patios were allowed to open work at a restaurant. But not someone. I didn't even read what you said. I just seen that you're in here. How come you don't come on our streams? Because I really don't watch live streams. I don't watch the Shaggy and the Creep live streams. I don't really have the attention span for them anymore. That's a shitty ass excuse, but that's the one I'm sticking with. I don't have the attention span for live streams. It's why I pretty much stopped watching Tales from Lowe's podcast. I don't watch. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And if you're watching right now, Roan Bone, I apologize. I usually skip through Beneath the Dirt's podcast. I don't have the attention span for it. What I need to do is when I got time like this, which I could probably do tomorrow because I get off again early, and I actually don't have to go I don't have to go to my second job tomorrow evening, so I will have time. We got a new TV. If you Twitch on stream, then you're just SOL. I can't do Twitch streams unless it's on my phone, and my ADHD will not let me just specifically watch a stream like that. But what I can do if it's a YouTube stream, I can put it on the TV and then play on the Nintendo Switch or on my phone. That helps give me a good balance. And sometimes the last time that I've watched a few streams, that's how I've done it, is play it on the TV while I'm on my phone or on the Switch. So throw packaging over there. Oh, shit, man. That fucking chat has gone crazy. How is the moving process? Super duper duper slow. The problem is, okay, so we moved. The reason we moved, the reason we moved into the house we moved into, and we knew it was going to be short term, was Meg's dad was building a house. And he had told us when we moved into the house we moved into last year not to. He told us to just wait. That it would be like 5 months before his house was done. It's been over a year, but his house is finally done. Well, the house he was living in was the one that his parents built back in '67. The house he grew up in. He was 5 years old when they built the house. So when he moved, it was, well, who's going to move into his parents' house? Well, me and Megs did. So when we moved in here, we moved into all of her grandma's stuff because she passed away back in 2015, and a lot of the stuff that he left behind. Because he's only lived in one other place besides here. And that's been years since he's lived there. So he had a lot of stuff to go through. We had a lot of stuff to go through of her grandma's. And so it's a super duper slow process. We didn't move to an empty house. So it's trying to find a place for everything is way more difficult. Because then we got to go through it. Do we want to keep this? Do we give it to somebody? Do we goodwill it? You know what I mean? There's a lot of sentiment attached to a lot of the stuff that we're going through for Megs. Understandably. So, I gotta catch up. Jesus Christ. Finally got to try Faygo. Never had it before. Awesome. What flavor was it? Lord Zero, do you ever watch porn? And if so, what is your favorite kind? Okay, I do watch porn. I don't know who doesn't. And if you say you don't watch porn, you're fucking lying. My favorite, and this is going to sound super duper fucking lame. I swear to God it's going to sound lame. But my favorite kind of porn is cream pie. Because I don't get to do cream pies. Don't tell fucking Megs I said that shit to you guys. But I like cream pies because they're basically taboo for me. And so to see the guy not have to pull out is super duper fucking exciting for me. So there you go. I feel like scissors right here in my fucking face. Shaggy and the Creep. You think Shaggy and the Creep sucks? I don't know about their live streams. I watched one or two and I did get bored. I honestly did get bored. Now their vlogs are funny. But yeah. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I watch a lot of Pokemon Go related shit because a lot of the videos can tend to be. I can usually play Pokemon Go on my phone and watch that in the background. And the videos are never usually longer than 10, 15 minutes, depending on who I watch. And that's usually where my attention span starts to cut off. So, if y'all play Pokemon Go and you make fucking YouTube videos, make a fucking Pokemon Go related video and I'll probably watch it. That was one of the other videos I wanted to make that I wasn't sure how well received it would be, was about Pokemon and how my love for Pokemon and my love for ICP really kind of go hand in hand. But we'll get to that eventually. I think we're doing great just addressing the chat right now while I unwrap these CDs. Let's see. Just come on our live streams and participate. That still requires time, my guy. That requires time that I unfortunately don't have a lot of anymore these days, and it sucks. Because it's a precious commodity you'll never get back. I've honestly thought about quitting my full-time job altogether and picking up a little bit more hours through my part-time job. Because what's good about my part-time job, okay, they provide services for people with intellectual and physical disabilities. So what I particularly do for that company is think of it like Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I go pick up a client, and for instance, one of them, I take them to the local YMCA and work out with them. Another one, I'll pick him up, and I'll usually take him to like Goodwill, or I'll take him grocery shopping, stuff like that. So with what I do with that company, it would allow me to have a lot more free time because I could sleep into like 8 and say, go see my first client at like 10. So that's a possible thing that may happen in the future because, you know, as it was very well preached on Fearless Fred Fury, time is a precious commodity. And I fully fucking feel that shit. But right now I'm still trying to pay off medical bills. And living in this house is going to help because we don't have to pay rent here. And it's going to allow extra money to be given to like bills and shit. So Fear the streams, or fears the stream. I don't know I don't know exactly what you're saying. Tales from Lotus podcast is dead. Have you been watching UFCD on Studio 17? I've been seeing it, and I was kind of curious exactly what it is. I'm guessing it's Ultimate Fighter something something. But I've seen what you guys are doing, and it's awful reminiscent of something I used to do on Carnival Spirits called the DCFAYGOGUY battles. But I'm not saying you guys are biting off me, but the fact that you guys are doing something similar to what I did, it intrigues me, and I need to check that shit out. FAYGOGUY, please answer my question in depth. The porn question? How more in depth can you get than I love cream pies, and I don't get to do cream pies? So watching fucking porn of guys getting to come inside a chick is fucking exciting. I don't know how to get more in depth than that. Nelson Ledges was lit despite the gathering being canceled. Even COVID-19 can't stop us juggalos. I heard that there was that little mini gathering going on regardless. And I think that's pretty fucking cool. I've been buying a ton of stuff off eBay. Just got the Mr. Scarface's back CD from rapper Scarface, old school gangster rap. That and a bunch of wrestling DVDs. I don't get into wrestling at all, but I've actually been forced to watch wrestling because the one client that I take to like Goodwill and stuff like that is a big time fucking wrestling fan. Like he's watched this one particular. The other thing I do is I take him to the local library, and they actually loan out or rent out DVDs to you for free. And he gets the same WrestleMania ones all the time. And I don't even remember what year it was, but like it was one of the ones where Brock Lesnar was wrestling, and he'll quote Paul Heyman word for word what is said during right before the match takes place. And it's like, oh my God, dude. It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. But I don't get into wrestling. I'm kind of like in that manner I'm forced to watch wrestling, and I find it funny that I have no choice. I have to watch wrestling when I'm at his house. So answered Lord Zero's question. I did, damn it. You guys are gonna have to accept it. SSBS. I would, whenever I see your name, SSBS fanboy, I always think it's Super Saiyan Blue fanboy, but that's just because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z mark. So Doug tried cotton candy, best flavor, I still say. Get a haircut. I'm actually trying to grow it out. I know Big Irish Juggalo said the same thing on one of the videos that I made before we actually moved. Might have been after we moved, something like that. I've never pulled out in my entire life. There was one time I didn't pull out in time, and it was fucking great. It was great. The vlogs are barely okay. The podcast is shit. See, here's the thing about live streaming. Everybody's doing it. That's why I don't live stream very much, because it's like, what can I do different than what they're doing? I guess it's all about interaction too. And I was telling Megs this, because one of the Pokemon Go YouTubers out there, Trainer Tips, he can make good videos. But when he does live streaming, no, he can't live stream. His live interaction with his chat, absolutely horrible. He should not be doing it. But, I mean, teach his own. He's personally quarantining himself because of COVID, and I don't think he's got the snuff for live streaming. But when it comes to podcasts, and I'm just going to say it, I'm not saying anybody here that has a podcast, I'm not saying yours is shit, but I think 90% of podcasts are shit because they have to have something super creative and in a lot of ways original, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't want to I feel like I'm shitting on podcasts, and I don't want to do that. But if you're going to do a podcast, you got to bring something new to the table, and that's hard to do when so many people are doing podcasts. So, any opinions on the whole COVID-19 situation down in the States? Up here in Canada, we're getting better, but it's a slow process. I really don't have an opinion about it. It is what it is. We're all forced to wear masks where I live. I live in the state of Indiana, and right now the governor here is mandating that we have to wear it. A lot of people are fighting with it. They don't like it. They think it's stupid. It's whatever. My thing is, I'm going to do whatever I can do to try to help the fucking process along, because right now we're missing concerts. I honestly think Hollow Wicked is the next show to get canceled. So That's going to fucking suck because this is the year that if you've never been to Hallowicked, go, because it's on a Saturday during a full moon. That night is daylight savings, so we gain an hour. There's no better time to have a Hallowicked. And it's the 20-year anniversary of Bizarre Bazaar. So if COVID-19 fucks up Hallowicked, that's when I'm officially upset. I was upset about the gathering, but on the same hand, I looked at it as a blessing in disguise because around the time that we moved and planned our wedding, Megs and I got officially married, by the way, on July 23rd. Everything fell into place at the wrong time, if that makes sense. Everything kind of fell into place at the same time. So, you know, me and Megs were originally just going to do a courthouse thing and then later down the road do like a bigger reception. Well, because of COVID-19, they're not doing courthouse weddings. So we had to find somebody who was ordained. Thankfully, a coworker of Megs's was ordained. But then as she came over to where we wanted to have like a little ceremony, the more we talked about it, the more we were like, well, let's do this, let's have these people here. It kind of turned into, we planned a little wedding anyway. So we were doing that in the middle of trying to move. Like we took a week off for our wedding, but we still had stuff in our old house. So we literally one day planned the wedding. One day we planned the wedding and moved. And then one day we purely just moved. It was super duper crazy hectic. Okay. That was, we got married on the 23rd of July. 2 weeks later would have been the gathering, or a week later. No, it would have been 2 weeks because it's been about 2 weeks since we've been married now. The gathering would be going on, would have just finished. And if it had gone on as planned, it would have just finished. The amount of stress that was avoided because of COVID-19 and because of the gathering not happening. And there's another event. There was another festival that Megs wanted to go to because she sells them, or she makes and sells tie-dye. And she wanted to go to this festival to try to sell tie-dye. That was in the second week of July. So if that hadn't have gotten canceled, like my mind, I sit back and I think about all that shit. Had we have had that festival and moving and getting married or planning our wedding and the gathering all in a month's time, good God, I don't even know if I could have enjoyed myself in any of those situations. It made it hard to enjoy my wedding knowing that I had to keep moving shit out of our old place. So, like, I'm bummed the gathering didn't happen, but on the same hand, I kind of go, I have a legit reason for not going. It didn't happen. So, if Hallowicked gets canceled, when I got nothing going on that should be, like, stressing me out or stopping me from going, besides COVID, I'm going to be a little bit more upset. So, we got to catch up with the chat. I think we're almost caught up with the chat, actually. No, we're not. Fuck no, we're not. Everybody's pointing up. What are we pointing up to, fellas? Spooky Tuesday. Oh, it's just Spooky Tuesday. What in the fuck is going on? What is going on? The chat has its life of its own. Nintendo fan guy, what up? Have you heard of Mystic 7? Yeah, Mystic 7's one of the other ones that I watch, Pokemon Go wise. He's the one that can do live streaming. Actually, his live streams I think would be more enjoyable than his videos. I don't actually watch his live streams because, again, I don't have the attention span for it. I'm part of the MPO gang. What the fuck is MPO? Nonprofit organization. That must be what that means. And if that's what you're talking about, yes, that's the part-time job I work for. And that's probably part of the other reason why I'm thinking about picking up more hours there and just quitting my full-time job. The taxes, there's a lot less taken out on those paychecks, and I'm like moving my whole monitor every time I tap on the fucking desk. So, yo, Craig, Cali Green too fresh up in his house. Yeah, I'm gonna check out the UFCD. You need to tell me what that stands. I just need to watch the fucking show. I'm sure Brooklyn mentions what it stands for in there. You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching Friday nights. I do have a very nice beard. I actually just trimmed it yesterday. It was getting fucking crazy, man. It was looking like a hairy vagina. Let's see. Who would you enjoy murdering more than anyone else on Earth? I feel like I shouldn't have this answer so quick, but my sister-in-law. She is... I've actually said on more than one occasion that there are people out there dying and suffering, and that bitch is still alive. So she is a narcissistic individual. She's told me and a few other people on numerous occasions that in an argument, even if she knows she's wrong, she will still argue with you. So that's the kind of bitch she is. If you could sexually assault anyone on Earth, who would you pick? Jesus Christ, dude. What kind of questions are you asking me, man? You're not recording this shit trying to incriminate me, are you? Sexually assault? I wouldn't sexually assault anybody. But if Sugar Slam came up to me and let me fucking rub her pussy, I definitely would. Make sure to check Canadian Juggalo Entertainment. They're going to go live at. Is Canadian Juggalo Entertainment any way at all associated with Juggalo Entertainment ran by the boy Blue? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing a lot better since my hour. That 1 hour a day, God, you wouldn't believe the amount of difference it's made. Here, Paul Heyman. I've never liked Paul Heyman. He's always just fucking annoyed the shit out of me. And like my client, he can do it so perfectly. Brock Lesnar! And I fucking find it so annoying, man. I just do. You are delusional if you think that there will be a Hollow Wicked. If there is, I hope the border is open or I'm gonna have to fly. I'm not delusional. I'm pretty damn sure it's gonna get canceled just because everything's getting canceled. It just is. Yeah, I mean the mask thing, there's a lot of people that'll tell me that they hate it, that they don't like wearing it, and I've told them, I was like, it's just something we have to live with right now. And of course, I'll take the occasional meme I've seen, like the one. What was one of them? I think it was one about Kane. Since we're kind of bouncing off of wrestling, said that Kane won the Royal Rumble, some shit like that, wearing a mask. We can wear it for 5 minutes while we go in the grocery store. That one was kind of funny to me. But one of them I've used a couple times is, you mean to tell me that Darth Vader was able to fight his son and cut off his hand wearing a mask, and you can't even wear it to work? Shit like that. Not as funny, but yeah. I actually talked to 97. We must be talking about Juggalo 972. I think you guys are talking about Juggalo 972, aren't you? I bet you are. Red Shoe up in his house. Red Shoe's actually a co-worker of mine. The fuck are you doing, man? What are you doing? Jesus Christ. What are you saying, Jesus Christ, to, man? Which part did you jump in on? I just realized I can call you RC. You call me DC, I'll call you RC. RC Cola. If you could resurrect any musical artist from the dead to perform one last concert, who would it be? Ooh, that's a good one. Can I save that? Can I save that right there? That resurrection? Because when Violent J or Shaggy passes away, I would want to resurrect them on the spot and see them one more time. Because I don't think there's any musical artists out there that like I'm yearning so badly to go see live, if that makes sense. Oh, the sexual assault. I said I would never sexually assault somebody. Come on now. I said I wouldn't. And of course, I'd get Meg's blessing before I touch Sugar Slam's dead. Okay. Ajax. Okay. I don't know who you're talking about then. I thought you were talking about Juggalo 972. I just naturally went to him with the 972 thing. So I think, yeah, I do, RC. Every day you assault my name. I do. I honestly do. I ain't gonna lie. Which is funny because he's my boss, but I get grandfathered in because when he first started, he wasn't my boss. So now, just because he is my boss, I still get to rub his nips. It's a non-homo thing. Okay. Since we're caught up with the chat, I'm gonna get my iTunes pulled up so we can start uploading some of these CDs. That'll let the chat fill back up with things they want to that people want to ask me or things they just want to say. I just want to do this live stream because I haven't made any content in a while, And this gives you guys a chance to interact with me, gives me a chance to interact with you. It gets a video made. I'm going to apologize right here now, though, because I'm super duper annoyed with the ads on YouTube. So if you've stuck around this long watching and you're not watching live, thank you. Because those ads are fucking annoying, man. It's like every 5 minutes an ad roll. Not even that. It's like every 2 minutes an ad rolls. And I gotta pick up the remote, skip the ad. Like, damn, let me just fucking let this shit play in the background so I can continue playing my Pokemon Sword on the motherfucking Nintendo Switch. Crowbar Man, much love. I am doing very well. I'm staying very safe as I can out in these odd times. I just seen Kelly Green's comment, but I, for whatever reason, opened up Spotify to close Spotify because it's an open window. And, you know, have you heard about my new record label, Hecka? I officially purchased the LLC recently. That's fucking awesome, dude. I'm guessing Shade's going to be probably the first artist on it. That's awesome, man. That's really fucking cool, man. Now I can say that I know somebody who owns their own record label. All right, chat. Do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. I haven't even shown you guys what CDs I ordered. Hang on. I'm going to minimize this. That way I can see what I'm holding up, where I'm holding it up on the camera. Up that album. I've heard part of it through Spotify. I wanted to check out Cut Calhoun, so purely I just went and ordered that album. I enjoy everything I hear feature-wise from JL, so I picked that up. Haven't even listened to any of it. And same way with Stevie Stone. I enjoy a lot of the features with Stevie Stone. So I purely, on a whim, ordered these CDs just so that I can get them on my iPod. This I keep in my car 99% of the time. Winter, summer. Well, not winter. I got to bring it in at night. Otherwise, it gets too cold and it like crashes. And then I got to reboot. And if I'm in the middle of an album, it basically doesn't pick up from where it left off. So I bought these purely so that I could listen to them in my car because that was what got me to really like Sess Crew and Ritz and Chris Calico. I listened to them in my car. And that's where I was like, damn, this fucking goes. It slaps. This is hard. So let's bring this down smaller so I can see myself. Tech 9%. Oh, dude, it's like 2 different ones. Let's just hope this is the right one. I hate it when it does this shit. The album is not Tech 9%. The album is Rolling Stone. The artist. Okay. I really don't think it matters if I have who is featured in what track. I used to be super anal about that, but I'm not so much anymore. Because you'll hear it you'll hear them when it plays. And I think like the big norm is for the rappers to say who they are when they spit their verse. So we'll import the first CD. Get back to the chat. What happened? What's being said? That's awesome, Callie. What up, DCFAYGOGUY? Congrats to you and Meg on your marriage. Thank you, Yakima Juggalo. Appreciate that. Have you checked the Pokemon Cypher 2019? That shit's fire as fuck. I've never even heard of it until you just mentioned it. I'll have to check it out. Red Shoe, did you hear about the big ass storms coming tonight? I did not. Don't die. I hope not. Actually, the client I got to go see tonight does not do well with storms, so it's going to be an interesting night. So wish me luck with that. Also, congrats on your guys moving to a house. Thank you. This is the hope is to be the forever home. And I made the joke a couple times before Megs and I actually got married. And I know they say you shouldn't joke about divorce because it can jinx the marriage. But I think Megs and I have survived worse kind of shit. I mean, I think most people know that we broke up a few years ago and got back together. But I had told her, I said, if for whatever reason we get divorced, I'm staying with the house. You sell the house, you tell the new owners I come with the house, I'm the maintenance man. I'm done moving. Me and my mom, on the day that me and Megs got married, sat down and counted up how many times I've moved. Now granted, even if just staying with a relative, which I've done a lot in my life, every time I've had to pack up my belongings and move from or go from living and staying at this house to that house, we counted it as a move because you technically are moving. I've moved 28 times in my life. I'm 32 years old. I'm ready to stay the fuck put. So I told Megs, if we don't work out, sell the house. I stay with the house. The new owners just get a new maintenance man. So yes, definitely. Thank you for the congrats. I'm definitely happy to be in what will hopefully be hopefully is going to be my forever home. So Siznak, whoop, whoop, what up, man? Saigon is now signed to Trey's music. I seen that. No idea who it is. I know Maze is signed too. That's a new artist, but there's that part of me that's like, I need to not be like deaf-toned to these new artists coming in, but I'm just now starting to really soak up all the old artists that I really want to just kind of get behind them right now before I start focusing on the new acts that are getting signed. King ISO was the exception because King ISO, one day I was listening, the thing I like about Spotify is it'll play similar music. So when you listen to an album, you get done. If you don't have it set to repeat the album, it'll just start shuffling similar music. And there was one time it played Society off of his Autophobia. And I was like, this is actually not bad. So that was part of what turned me on to King ISO. And I was like, let's get on board with him from the gate. So World War Me is still a great album. I still listen to it like at least once a week. That's if I've got a lot of shit I got to do at my full-time job, that's the album I'm listening to that get me going. So 100 mile per hour wins possible. I'm hoping that I'm not going to be driving during that. So I'm actually excited for the storm. I'm not excited about who I'm going to be with during the storm. So Craig Strachan. I know that Tech 9 just dropped a new one recently. Haven't got it yet, but we'll try to pick it up sometime in the near future. Honestly, Craig, Interfere, I think with Nina, he raised the bar really high for me. Interfere is not a bad album, but it's not a great album. It's just kind of, for me, mediocre. It's a solid entry from him, though. I would definitely suggest checking it out. But it's got good songs on there. Dr. Shabazz. That Landon Fire kid, if Tech 9 does not get behind Landon Fire and he lets another label get a hold of him, he's a 13-year-old kid who, goddamn, spits. Easily could be the next Eminem. And that's, for me, that's saying a lot because I'm actually not a fan of Eminem at all. I feel like Eminem's on a pedestal. So Married Life is agreeing with me. It really doesn't feel any different. The weird part for me is being able to call Megs my wife now. I refer to her as my wife at work, and that's the part that's kind of like weird. So, all right, next CD is in Jail's Dipkiss, and I feel like this has to be an acronym, so it needs to be all caps. And it's not letting me do it in all caps, so we're going to type it. Oh, there it goes. Now it let me. Beautiful. It is not a compilation of songs by various artists. For whatever reason, if it has that, if I don't uncheck that, then my iPod puts it in another folder, and I don't get to. It's not in with all like my artists and stuff. It's in its own little category, and I hate that. I've almost got this iPod maxed out. It's 30 gigabytes. I think Joey Cool will probably be the next artist I check out because I do like a lot of his features. Okay. Import CD. Everything looking good. Looking good, good. All right. What new has been said? I am subscribed to Mystic 7. I'm subscribed to Trainer Tips. I'm subscribed to a YouTuber out of Australia named Pro Planty. I'm subscribed to, what's the other one? JT Gilly. I probably will unsubscribe from JT Gilly because his vlogs or whatever are just kind of annoying. I don't like the way he presents. Like when he goes and he does a raids, he's like, that one right there is garbage IVs, but we will take it. Like the way he talks about the Pokemon he gets, I don't like it. It's almost like he's showcasing each one, and it's like I just want to see you fucking catch it. I want to see you rate it. I want to see you catch it. I want to see if it's good IVs. You don't have to do all this announcing shit for me. You know what I mean? So I'm probably going to end up unsubscribing from him because I honestly haven't watched a whole lot of his latest videos just because he annoys me in certain fashions. And then the only other Pokemon Go YouTuber is King, I think is how it's pronounced. He does a lot. He's super duper heavily involved in the PvP side of Pokemon Go. So like I'm subscribed to him just because like I like watching him battle. He will usually do like coachings where he'll help people do some battles as well. Like they'll set up like a Zoom video chat or whatever, and he'll like broadcast this battle of this person he's coaching, and he'll like coach them through their matches. I like watching that because I can basically get an idea for what kind of encounters I need to watch out for and how to handle them through those videos. So I enjoy that side of his videos. You should also check out M House Click. They put out a dope album this year. Okay, I have not heard of them. So, did you get? Did I get any shiny cards? All right, let me show you this picture. I took this screenshot because of my local Discord. I can't tell if it's starting to rain outside or not. In my local Discord, they'll do like every month they'll do what they call a shiny ban on people for whoever got the most shinies. Okay, I don't know how well you're gonna see this or how backwards it's gonna be, but up top here it says 34, going by the plus Magikarp, which shows you all the evolution line of Magikarp. So 34, I had 2 of them before Community Day. So I caught 32 shiny Magikarp on Community Day. And Megs wasn't excited about that Community Day. She was kind of like meh because she already had some. I think she had 2 as well. And she goes, I'm not even, every time she get one, she go, yay, I got another. And I was kind of the same way, but I was catching every single thing that I could because of the 3 times catch Stardust. I had a star piece on. I basically had used so many star pieces for the entire event. You know, I activated them all at the same time so that I'd have the 6 hours of it. And I just caught everything. Ended up getting over 300,000 Stardust for it. And I've already spent it because I power shit up. I'm in a smaller community, so in order for us to take down raid bosses, I actually have to power my shit up. I don't have numbers like bigger cities do. So you got 5, cool. You had a lot of candy. I had a lot of candies too. I was telling my boss about this because she plays as well. She said she struggled and she was finally able to evolve one of them. And I had told her prior to the event, I had caught so many in the past that I started the event with over 3,000 Magikarp candy. And I was able to evolve 6 Magikarp and still had over 3,000. So that was a good thing. I usually evolve. Usually what I'll do for Community Day, I'll evolve half of the shinies that I caught just for future trades. That way it has a Community Day move, and then I'll leave half of them in their base form. That way in case somebody needs the base form. But it's starting to take up a lot because there for a few while, since they upped it to 6 hours, I've been clearing a ton of shinies for Community Day. Ghastly was kind of my slowdown one, but that also was around the time we were moving. So we spent part of the community day moving stuff at our old place. So I wasn't out actively catching everything and shiny checking everything. It was purely incense because I don't live by a stop or anything. So for Ghastly Community Day, I think I only ended up with 18 shiny Ghastly. But Weedle, I ended up with like, I think 27 shiny Weedle. For CDOT, it was like 28 or 29. And then for Abra, it was right around the same number too. So I've been clearing almost like 30 shinies for Community Day since they've increased it to 6 hours. If you're still doing Fat or Whack, MHK should be on the next episode. Fat or Whack probably will make a revival, a second season or whatever. I basically killed the series because I was getting like 50 views per episode. So I don't make videos just for views, but I make videos that I feel like the subscribers want to see, and I use the views as my gauge of, are the subscribers feeling this? Are they liking this? So the less views that the episode started to get, the first episode did great, second episode did good. It was the third one that kind of fell off, the fourth one fell off, and then the fifth one, I think it barely made 50 views within a week's time. So I was kind of like, okay, I think a lot of the subscribers are done with this series. So I just basically, I didn't kill it, but I hit pause on it. So it's something that can come back in the future, basically like Sink or Float, because Sink or Float was kind of the same way. It wasn't getting as much views, so I wasn't really able to justify putting my body through shitting my brains out because I had to eat the ice cream in time before we went grocery shopping so I could get the next flavor. So I was eating ice cream I didn't want to, drinking soda that I didn't necessarily need to, just so that I could get the next set for the next episode. I was actually going to revive Sink or Float this year. I was going to do more episodes, but then we had to move. So I never ended up doing it. I was going to do a whole bunch of album reviews to kind of sprinkle through the summer. But same thing, like moving just crept up on me, and I didn't end up having the time to sit down and record a bunch. I recorded like a total of 4 reviews for the Summer of Strange reviews that I wanted to do, but I wasn't able to keep a stockpile. Like I recorded them in May with the intention of, on the first day of summer, June 20th, to start uploading every day these strange music reviews. But I didn't end up getting the time to record anymore, so I only ended up with the 4 or the 5 that I did get recorded, which I'm going to actually re-record them and redo them for next year. The plan is to do the Summer of Strange next year. So, and then after I basically was like, well, I don't have enough time to do all the strange music ones. Well, because of the whole COVID-19 thing, and around that time, the George Flynn situation was happening. I was like, dude, this is like hitting on some Fear Factory type topics. So I was listening to a ton of Fear Factory, and I was like, I've never dropped my reviews for Fear Factory. I need to do them. So I was gonna review those Fear Factory's entire discography and have those upload while we were moving. And again, time, I wasn't able to do it. So the Fear Factory ones I definitely still want to do once I get everything in here set up. We got a lot of the stuff moved. I'm sure you can see behind me in the karaoke cabinet. Things are just kind of thrown in right now, and that was to help get the floor behind me cleared up because it was just a straight path from the door to the desk. So, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, Fat or Whack. So Fat or Whack is one of those series that'll probably come back, but it's kind of going to be like Sink or Flow. Enough people got to demand it. That way I know there's people interested. For me, I like doing the videos, but if I do the videos and nobody's watching them, then am I wasting my time? You know what I mean? So I always preach, do the videos for you, but I use the views as a gauge of if people are liking this or not. So let's back it up just a little bit. Let's see. Beside yourself, only really watch Juggalo 972, that and a few other non-Juggalo related channels like hip hop, metal, and wrestling. Back working on a regular basis, so watch when I have time. Yeah, that's the big thing, is having time to sit down and watch YouTube videos. I don't have it like I used to. Oh, that's cool. Five in an hour is actually pretty good. Last 2 hours. 5 in 2 hours is actually pretty good. So when do I think I see people retire? They claim they never will. I think they should, and I think they should after this set of Joker's cards. That's just me because I don't want it to be incomplete. I don't want them to start a new set and only have two of them out, and then something happened to one of them, and they're not able to complete it. Not saying necessarily one of them dies, but like something major, and they're not. I don't want it to be incomplete. So 2 sets of Joker cards, I would be completely satisfied with, and they could retire and just throw concerts for a while, and then even retire from that. I would be content with that. Who is your lead? Oh, how you gonna make me say that? How you gonna make me put that shit out there? Juggalo Zombie 13, goddamn man, a long time no see. Who is my least favorite Juggalo YouTuber and why? Okay, I can actually say this one without feeling like I'm mean or anything like that. My least favorite is the Boy Blue. And my least favorite is the Boy Blue because he is purely after money. He doesn't want to work. He wants this to be his job. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. Doing YouTube videos, making Juggalo content is not a sustainable income. It just isn't. I can guarantee you right now, CPN could not live off the money he makes from YouTube. And I don't even know how much he makes. The numbers just aren't there. I'm lucky if I get $100 from Google AdSense a year. A year. That's a year's worth of making videos. So, and you've seen how many views I can get on a lot of my videos. It's not a sustainable income. And Boy Blue wants it to be. So, and I know I'm right around, at one point in time, I know he was like right around this many subscribers and views and stuff like that. He had over 8,000 subscribers and was pulling in less views than I am now. So I know he was desperate to get an income, and it's just not there. Not with YouTube. Not in this content. Not making this kind of content. So he's my least favorite because he tries so hard to make that an income, and I think he leeches way too much off of his viewers, and it turns me off bad. Not necessarily just that, but the money he's made over the years, nothing has been put back into that YouTube channel. I've gotten myself light rigs. I've gotten myself a green screen. I've upgraded my camera. I've upgraded my editing software. I bought a program called Bandicam so I can do screen recordings and I can take snapshots on the computer for video projects. I've put money back into the channel. I was doing giveaways for the longest time. I had to stop doing those because I was putting so much of my own money into it that YouTube wasn't earning back for me that I stopped doing giveaways. So he doesn't put anything back into his channel. I don't like him for that reason. He has to improve himself if he wants to do better, and he won't. I think he just wants the income so that he doesn't have to go get a job. So that is why I don't like the Boy Blue. But caught a few CPN videos since he got married. Seems that he has mellowed out a little bit and is not so much hating on Twisted anymore. I've noticed he's not putting out as much content, which I mean is a good thing because he's with Roxy Red, and I know that means they're spending more time together, which is cool. I think that's cool. Yeah, I agree. It's old news. It's beating a dead horse for sure. Please do the Fear Factor review. They're coming. The plan is to do them because this year is a Fear Factor year. I actually had the idea today to make like a special video about how this year is a Fear Factory year. It has been. Think about it. COVID-19. You go listen to Contagion off of Transgression. Contagion. COVID-19. The George Floyd incident, the riots, and basically the whole topic of police brutality comes up. Securitron, Police State 2000 off of Obsolete. That song right there comes to mind. What was the other one? There was another one. The whole Lebanon explosion. When I first heard about the Lebanon explosion last week, I remember somebody said, was this a terrorist attack? Immediately, I went to High Tech Hate off of Obsolete. These weapons of mass destruction. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, dude, it's just turning into a Fear Factory kind of year. Actually, somebody close to me, they had a relative that passed away after fighting Lyme's disease for years. So Final Exit came to mind with that incident. I actually remember I was listening to Mechanize and that song came on and I took a screenshot and I sent it to that person. I was like, damn, dude, this is hitting so hard right now. Because, you know, like that person fought Lyme's disease for years. And like, you know, the whole thought of that person had tried to commit suicide before because they were in so much suffering. So like, it's just been a Fear Factory kind of year. Like so many of their songs are hitting on so many things that are happening in the world today that is crazy to me. So like, I've been listening to Fear Factory pretty religiously. Actually, just listened to Mechanized Industrialist and Genexus today. So those reviews are going to come. If not in the next couple months, I definitely want to drop them before the year's over because again, it's been a Fear Factory kind of year. Yeah, Gaming Gorilla. That's why I stopped making videos. No one was watching anymore. Making content is difficult. Like, you know, if ICP is not putting out new stuff or there's nothing new Juggalo wise coming out, I don't want to put out something bullshit. You know what I mean? And if I put out something bullshit, nobody's going to watch it. So, they're thankfully with ICP, their career has gone on for so long, and they've created such a gigantic. They've created such a gigantic subgenre and world that there's so many things to talk about. One of the video projects that I had that I wanted to do, but I wanted to make sure I had the proper setup because I wanted to do it like really cool with the green screen, but I wasn't really good with the green screen yet. But basically, I have a school desk. There's an old school desk that Megan had gotten from her school. And basically, what I wanted to do was set it up and make it like have the green screen be like a classroom behind me. And I would come in and sit down at that school desk and I would sit down for my ICP class, my Insane Clown Philosophy class. And basically, it would be like each episode would be me talking about what this song means to me philosophically. Basically, the philosophy that ICP puts into their music and what it means to me. And like the first episode was going to be about growing again, because I remember being part of a forum years ago where they were talking about reverse messages and hidden messages in ICP's music. And he had made a thread about growing again. Well, when you look at the outside, when you look purely at the face of growing again, it's just about some guy who just starts growing and he just keeps growing and he keeps growing. But he's like, think about the chorus. Watch when you fall down, watch when you fall down. Now I'm growing again. He's like, what if they're trying to say when you fall down, you got to get back up and grow? And I'm like, damn, never thought of that shit. So now every time I listen to Growing Again, that just naturally comes to mind. It makes me think about watch when you fall down. When you're in a situation and you fall down, get back up and fucking grow again. And I fucked with that. I fucked with that so much that, like, I don't even think they mean to put anything philosophical in some of their shit, but it's just there. We pick up on it, and they didn't even intend to do it. So, yeah, that's a video series that I want to work on, but I want it to be good. So I want to make sure, like, I get the right background. I want to make sure that I have proper lighting, proper spacing. And at my old place, I didn't have the space to set up a school desk far enough away from the camera that the green screen would look like I'm legit in a classroom. So I put that on hold. I never even talked about it until now. So yeah, that's something to look forward to in the future. That's a project I want to do, but I want it to be right. I want it to be good. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to start it and not finish it without it being finely tuned. And basically the interpretation, the Joker card interpretations, I've done the first 3 Joker cards. And I know people keep asking me if I'm going to do Great Malenko and so on. The plan is to basically, through that ICP video series, the Insane Clown Philosophy video series, the plan would be to basically re-talk about my interpretation of the Joker cards as well. because I feel like the way that I did those videos was a little bit sloppy. So I'm not going to delete those videos. They will stay there. But I'll basically want to re-talk about Carnival of Cards. I want to re-talk about the Ringmaster, and I want to re-talk about the Riddle Box, and I want to continue that series on forward. So just the way that I did those videos, I'm not happy with, and it feels incomplete. Like I said, I don't want something incomplete. I don't have blacklight posters for the second set of Joker cards, so I can't really do interpretations and have those videos kind of sync up with the first ones. Just I'm not happy with the way they were put together. So that's kind of why those fell to the back burner as well. So, man, the chat is going, and I'm falling behind because I'm talking. Let's see. Are you going to review A&B's new EP? I'm not an A&B fan at all. I like Young Wicked, but I just can't get into A&B. Love the remixes on the Hate File CD. I need to re-get that CD. I had downloaded it back in 2010 and listened to it, but then I lost it. I need to actually try to find it and buy it and purchase it. But I like Remanufacture. I mean, Remanufacture actually is a pleasant. It's one of those albums that you could put on in the background and enjoy. And then actually, it was through Remanufacture that I was ever exposed to Fear Factory, because in Test Drive 5. And if you've ever played Test Drive 5, they actually have 2 songs off of Remanufacture on the soundtrack, which is 21st Century Jesus, or 21st Century Jesus, yeah, I said it right, and Genetic Blueprint, which are the remixes for Piss Christ and New Breed. So those 2 songs are the reason why I am a Fear Factory fan to this day, because it was through that my brother had learned of Fear Factory in order to buy Obsolete and Archetype and Transgression. And Archetype was the album I listened to that got me into Fear Factory. And then I spread out from there. But it all stems back to 2 songs off of Remanufacture. Hang on. I got Red Shoe, who was in the chat, messaging me on Facebook. Oh, he's showing me the wind that's coming in. Am I supposed to be scared, or am I supposed to be excited? Hey, I'm going to message him real quick. So yeah. What is your favorite? Hang on. Humpers, how did I know you were going to say blue? Cause he just cause. I mean, it was there. Did you get a chance to check out GITM? What is GITM? I don't know what GITM is. Was that the shade thing you sent me? What is your favorite ICP album and why? Favorite ICP album is Great Malenko, because it was because of Great Malenko that I am a Juggalo. So it has to take that title. The thing I like about yourself and Juggalo 972 is that you are very personable and very likable. Been fans of yourself and 972 for a while and will continue to do so. I appreciate that. Juggalo 972, and I've told him this because I know he likes DBZ and he likes Fear Factory, and obviously he's a Juggalo. I've told him before, I said, you and me, if you lived closer, you and me would be fucking best friends. I've told him that, so. Have you heard, oh, the horror is so, what are the thoughts? What? Have you heard, oh, the horror is so, what are, oh, the horror. Okay, that's the name of the song. The exclamation point was throwing me off. My brain automatically wanted to use the grammar properly. Oh, the horror is, if so, what are your thoughts on them? Never heard of Oh, the horror. If it's horrorcore, I might not be like, I don't know. I'm falling off of horrorcore a little bit more. Like, I like ICP because they're a special blend of horror and rap, but it's like cartoony, and that's what I like about them. One of the videos I was going to make was about strange music, and basically I was going to title it, "Is Strange Music Making Me Less of a Juggalo?" And basically, I had tried to listen to, I think it was Blaze Your Dead Homie a couple weeks ago. I couldn't get into it at all. Like, it was the type of rap that he was doing, I couldn't get into it. The same way with Twisted, some of Twisted's older stuff. Now, I can listen to ICP. I can listen to any of their old shit, no problem. But Twisted and Blaze and ABK, like, they're a different branch off than ICP is. They have a different sound than ICP. And the more that I listen to more rap, the more that I'm having a harder time getting in the mood for like the old school Juggalo shit. That's not ICP. Does that make sense? So like that was a video I was going to talk about, but I was like, I think people will just come on here and fucking try to hang my nuts on the wall. Oh, he's saying he's not a Juggalo anymore, Do you miss Jekyll Juggalo and Psychopathic Reviews? I know I do. I miss what Psychopathic Reviews was. He's I don't know, the more that how do I say this? As time went on and he stopped doing videos, the more that I realized I don't think it was necessarily a passion of his. I think it was a way to earn extra money for him. And I think he just got done doing it. Like, he was doing other stuff. What was it called? Real Life Arcade. He had a different channel and he did, but I think he actually was passionate about getting old games and like fixing them up and shit like that. So like I enjoyed him doing those kind of things. And to me, it just the last couple reviews he did before he full on retired. One of them was one that I had told him, I can't wait to see your review for Mudwater, Air and Blood. And the way, I don't know, it was so slapped together and sloppy the way he did that review so quick. To me, it seemed like he just did it for the views. So I miss the old Psychopathic Reviews, but it's like the more that I watched his videos as time went on, the more it seemed less passionate and more about just making a video, just getting the views. You know what I mean? Jekyll Juggalo, absolutely. I miss Jekyll Juggalo. He actually messaged me after I did the last video, When It's Time. When I did that video, he messaged me and he said, now you understand why Jekyll Juggalo got retired. Because he basically what I understand is he didn't have the time to do the videos anymore, which is a shame. But I would love to see him do videos, even if it's not Juggalo related, because I know he's a big gamer. So if he does gaming videos, I would definitely be watching that shit. Depending on what it is, you know what I mean? I'm not Modern Warfare. I'm not Call of Duty. I'm not into those kind of games. Like, the reason why I own a Nintendo Switch is because I love Mario. I love Mario Kart. I love Mario Party. I love Pokemon. I'm not into, like, a lot of the game genres that the PS4 and Xbox host. I was just telling Megs last night, the only game that could make me buy a PlayStation 4 is Final Fantasy VII's Remake. So, something happened. The chat jumped down just a little bit. Hatchet Reviews, whoop whoop. The Joker's Gallery. It's the long lost Fago guy. What up, man? As far as songs that would sum up this year, it would be Slayer with Ice-T, Disorder, because that's what the fuck weave this whole year. Chaos and Disorder. Hatchet Review says, by the way, I don't know if anyone heard, but I'm going to be a dad. Well, technically, I've been a dad, but this will be my first biological child, so that's what's been up with me. Congratulations. Statue, I am not going to boof something. I don't boof. I don't actually do any kind of drugs, man. Wasn't feeling A&B's or Lex the Hexmaster's EPs. Did get, the horror CD from M&E. Okay, so that's what I was asked about. Oh, the horror. Never even heard of it, honestly. So, like few tracks off of it, kind of got the Misfits punk vibe, which I dig. Okay, cool. Gathering in the Matrix, I totally missed it because when the Gathering in the Matrix was going on, that was the weekend that we were basically trying to plan a last-minute wedding thing. So, what's up, Echo Side Fiend? Just getting out of work? Hell yeah, man. I'm glad that I don't have to work as late as I do. I missed it. I actually enjoyed getting off at 12:30. The paycheck hated it, but my body loved it. Damn, DC, you're way out of the juggling. I'm telling you, man, I've been listening to so much strange music shit that I'm just like, I am out of the juggalo loop. If it's not ICP doing something, then I'm not necessarily involved with it, I guess. Because, like, I heard about Big Hoodoo's thing, but I only heard about it because I seen that Beneath the Dirt had made a post about it on Instagram. Oh, shit. Speak of the devil and Juggalo 972 shall appear. We were just talking about you, man. Like, literally just talking about you. Yeah, that's what Craig's saying. We're just talking about you. We really were, man. I do think Juggalo 972 is definitely, he's on the list. Callie Green's on the list. Who else? Jekyll Juggalo's on the list. Those are like 3 of the ninjas that I definitely want to meet before I die, or before they die, or before something happens, you know? Those are the 3 juggalos that I wish and hope can make it to a gathering that I'm going to, or an event that I'm going to, because they're the people that I want to sit down and talk to and hang out with. I love old strange music. Some new artists are okay. See, and I'm actually having the opposite effect, because some of the older strange music I'm kind of like this with, like Chris Calico's first couple albums. I've listened to Vitiligo maybe once, and I wasn't getting into it. But then the second that I got to Shock Treatment and Genius, everything was good. But for whatever reason, it's that first album that and I realize now that that's what kept me from listening to Chris Calico for so long, was I always wanted to start from the beginning, and I could never get through Vitiligo. Vitiligo, I think is how it's pronounced. I could never get through that album, and so I just never listened to any more Chris Calico. So, yeah, I need to not do that. So, like, if out of Dipkiss and Rolling Stone, if I don't like these CDs, I need to not just say I don't like this artist. I need to jump to the next one and listen to it, probably on Spotify. I only bought these because they were half off. And I said, fuck it, why not? Let's force myself to listen to it like I did with Chris Calico and hope that it sticks. You know, throw it and hope it sticks. Let's see. Let me know what's up on wanting those videos I mentioned, and send me your mailing address. Where's that at? What videos are you talking about, man? I don't remember. Yeah. Still Juggalo through and through, but I'm digging artists like Adam Calhoun, Tom McDonald, Upchurch, Dax, and Snow the Product. I've been curious to check out Snow the Product as well as Whitney Payton, just because I feel like I don't listen to enough female rappers. Who was it? Who was on? Let me go look real quick. There was the feature on Tech Nine's newest album. Hit the T. What was that called? Who was that called? Lex Bratcher? That's not a girl, is it? I thought that was a female rapper. Lex. Must be Lexi. Lexi's a female name. But Lex Bratcher on Question Mark This off of Interfere. I was like, damn. Okay. See, Crazy McCormick is also hitting on the nail too, of why, like, I make sure that I'm not putting out bullshit content. Crazy McCormick, I stopped making videos because of the topical landscape change in the YJC. Everybody is all on drama, and I don't want to be in on that shit anymore. That was the big one for me. At the end of 2017, I was like, whoa, like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying the comments that I'm getting. I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. And so that was why 2018, you saw such like a gap in a lot of content, unless it was something I could try to focus positive on. So, like, I noticed that too, that landscape changed so drastically. And I honestly felt like I was in my own lane in the content that I was making. So, That's cool that you acknowledge and recognize it too, man. I could have swore I've seen that you play Pokemon Go before, Crazy McCormick. I feel like we've talked about that even too. Oh, see, you can't have you can't have the Super Nintendo. I actually have only owned that for like 2 years now. I had one that took a shit years ago, and we finally drove to the town of Lafayette. They've got they got a store called Disc Replay, and they had a Super Nintendo there. And I told Megan then, we were actually broken up at the time that I bought it. I said, I'm buying this today. I think it was like $50 because I had all the Super Nintendo games still, but I did not have a way to play it. So we were actually talking about this a little bit ago, Ecoside Fiend. I don't think they're going to have Hollow Wicked. I'm pretty positive it's not going to happen, and that's the one event that's really going to bum me out. Like, I understand that the gathering is a big thing, but I'm kind of glad it didn't happen because of everything that happened around the time that the gathering would happen, getting married, moving. So to not have the stress of, oh shit, this weekend is the gathering, we need to get ready for that. To not have that little bit of extra on my mind was kind of a relief. But Hollow Wicked, this year's Hollow Wicked would be perfect. Saturday night, full moon, daylight savings time starts, so we gain an hour. It's the perfect year to go to a Hollow Wicked. And I just know it's going to get canceled. Oh, yeah. So see Joker's Gallery. Shaggy been saying no shows this year anytime he gets asked about shows on his podcast. So it's clearly on their minds that it's not going to happen. But I mean, I don't know. To be able to take a year off from going to shows could also help financially for next year with shows. But I've heard people saying that this COVID thing is just going to last for a while. I think what it was, everyone would say 2 years. It's going to last 2 years. And I really do not. I really hope that that's not true. I hope that's just people feeding into the fear campaign. Craig, that's the other one. That's the other Fear Factory song that comes to mind when I think about this year is Fear Campaign. Because there's a lot of politicians that are using COVID-19 to feed their fear campaign. So, like, the fuck just happened? Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Just got to delete these. I got to finish getting these albums uploaded because it's 4 o'clock now. Meg should be home by 4:30. So if I'm still live when she gets home, I will be ending it. And I would like to get off the computer and spend some time with her before I go to work at my second job. I got to leave at 5:15, so. And I stopped. I got off work at 1, and I stopped at Taco Bell because it's right next door to where I work. And I bought 3 of the 7-layer burritos. And if you've ever had a 7-layer burrito, you realize how big that is. And by God, when I finished the second one, I told myself I should not be eating this third one. But by God, I ate it anyways. Which, speaking of which, where's my drink? I need to go get my drink. All right. Feature presentation is ready to import. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Let's get back up here real quick. 2017, in my opinion, was the big Juggalo divide, in which sides were people choosing, which, in my opinion, broke up Juggalos and started this whole fan kid bullshit. Didn't pick sides, and still feel that way. Me picking sides is just like, I think for me, I kind of just went back to the core for the most part. Like in 2017 for sure. In 2018, maybe still a little bit. But I basically went back to the core of it's all about ICP. Like they are what brought me into this underworld, this Juggalo world. So they are it. Like if I'm gonna only rep one artist out there, it's them. And that's really kind of stayed true to this point. When I go out in public, I'm wearing an ICP shirt. I do have a Strange Music lanyard, but that's what I'm wearing is some kind of ICP merchandise. I never really picked a side. For me, talking about the whole bullshit and the drama and what was going on between them, that was just me in my perspective of how I was feeling about the situation. So, like, I don't regret. There's only one video I regret making, and it wasn't even about Twisted. It was about Blase Rose. But yeah, that whole year just, you know, I would definitely do things differently. I would have stopped myself sooner from making some of the videos I made just because, like, there was no reason to feed into it. But yeah, Hollow Wicked online stream would be fresh. Hollow Wicked on military performer on military. That would be fucking dope. That would be dope. Ecocide Fiend took 2 weeks off for Hollow Wicked. If it does get canceled, I'm going up to Traverse City, Michigan for a few days instead. So even though you took the time off, can you like basically pull your PTO back? Because that's what happened with the gathering. I requested the gathering off back in January. So when March rolled around and the whole COVID thing went on, I basically told my bosses then, I said, hey, I've requested some time off in August. And if for whatever reason that event gets canceled, you can just take that request off for them and tear it up, which pretty much is what happened. When they officially canceled, I said, yeah, just tear it up. I don't need that time off now. So I don't know if that's how your work will do it for you. But Megs and I, we got some money for a honeymoon, and we made the decision to go to Michigan City. There's a nice hotel that Megs found that has like a nice hot tub, a fireplace. And I told her, I said, well, why don't we go like now? And then we could go to the beach. And that was the lady at work that made me realize that the beach may be closed right now. So literally there's no point in going to the beach. And she said it would be nice to actually be able to use the fireplace while we're there. So I think the plan right now is sometime in December, maybe January, take a little honeymoon up to Michigan City. We got Gadget Ease here in Columbus, Ohio. Got a Nintendo 64 for $85, 2 controllers and 2 games. That's the shit. See, I have Nintendo Online on my Nintendo Switch, and I'm hoping if the pattern sticks, when they first started Nintendo Online, each year in, I think it's September, they introduce a new feature, something new to the Nintendo Online. Last year was the Super Nintendo Online. So this year, if they follow that pattern, should be the Nintendo 64. And I'm hoping that they put Ocarina of Time on there because I will definitely play that shit again. I'm hoping Super Mario 64 is on there. I've got my 64, I've got my controllers and all that, but I kind of would like the accessibility that the Nintendo Switch gives me. Because like I said, I don't know how many of you guys were here at the beginning of the stream, but I have a short attention span. So if I can have something playing in the background on the TV while I've got the Nintendo Switch here playing or my phone, then that hooks me up really good because my attention can bounce back and forth. There's that one done. In my opinion, COVID's not gonna go away. It'll be like the flu, where there will be a season for it, type of thing. You know, they're actually that's actually a very true statement because I know everybody remembers the H1N1 or H1N1, the swine flu. It actually still exists. It's just part of our seasonal flu season now. So they got the vaccines and all that for it. Now it's basically become part of our flu season. And I guarantee you the same thing's going to happen with COVID until the next big virus comes out. Which my whole thing during this is why are not other countries? I mean, I know why. I mean, it very well could lead to a fucking World War III type of shit. But why are we not all like stepping up and be like, hey, you need to put better food regulations for China? Like, for real, dude. Like, why is the rest of the world paying for their negligence in those fucking meat markets and stuff? I guess you could say on the same hand, though, like America needs to be better about like the whole face mask thing. Just like like there's things we can do better. There's so many things that so many countries I think could do better, but I feel like this is gonna get too political, and I don't want to get political. I don't want to talk COVID. But yeah, I definitely agree. COVID's gonna become a part of our every year seasonal thing. Just because it happened with the swine flu, shit like that. So blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Cali Cream Too Fresh. That Blase Rose video is the most viewed one on Carnival Spirits. I know, and I've heard that you guys still get like daily comments about that shit. But like I was like super fucking passionate about that at the time. I was like, it's just such fucking bullshit that the fucking I remember hearing something about ICP doing a month-long online event or something. I had not heard none of that. That's fucking dope. If so. So goddamn sick of the false facts on this COVID-19 situation. Limit the facts before speaking on it. So much false information going on around. It's pathetic. I could, but I have so much vacation to use. I'm just keeping it. Do they let you cash in your vacation time? Like my work will let me do that. You can do 1 week at a time, but you can actually cash it in and just get an extra paycheck. All I'll say that I didn't agree with how Twisted did what the fuck they did, but in retrospect, I get it, and what the fuck they did is on them. And it's a moot point at this stage. You know, and I used to always throw the argument of Tech9 and how he was smart enough not to sign Jaron Benton when Funk Volume went under. I can't use that anymore because he signed King ISO. And King ISO clearly had beef with Twisted Insane. So, different circumstance, but on the same hand, it's like Tech had to know what would have came from that. But I know he mentions it. He mentions Twisted Insane. He mentions the beef, but he does it respectfully. So I like it. I like that he did it like that. I think the new Zool album going to be the best album of the year. They've got a dude that scores horror movies, helping producing. Going to be evil as fuck. For me, as long as they learn to flow better, for me that was what killed it for me was with Allah Zul Ilu. They didn't flow well enough over the beat for my liking. So that's what it would take for me to like it. I'm all about that. In Canada, we have instituted stages that dictate what can be open and how many people can gather in a spot, keeping COVID numbers down. Maybe the states need to do the same. I mean, the problem with the states is you have so many ignorant people that are like, you can't violate my rights, blah, 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 blah. That's the biggest problem we have over here in the States is so many people want to throw that freedom, my rights. And I get it. I understand it. But, like, you're not helping the situation. And one of the things that I've said to people is you can't make me wear a mask in here. Well, then we don't have to let you in here. And I think there's so many people that forget. There's a lot of ignorant people in America. I did make a meme, though, guys. I made a really cool meme. I keep it in my camera roll on my phone for the next time I see it, but that little controversy died down pretty damn quick. But when the whole fucking rebel flag thing was starting to resurface again, I would see people basically making their little posts about heritage, not hate, and stupid shit like that. So I made the little Willy Wonka meme that I'll just see if I can show it to you guys on here. I'm really proud of it because I think I made a really good meme, and I'm hoping to use it honestly. So do tell me how you feel about the Nazi flag. Because like people go on about that fucking flag and they defend it and shit like that, but it's like what you don't understand is this, okay? How do you? That's where I want to start the conversation, not even an argument. I want to ask them how they feel about the Nazi flag. And when they say, "Oh, I hate it," blah blah blah, the Nazis were evil, blah blah blah, when they start throwing those arguments out there, I'll be like, okay, how you feel about the Nazi flag? Black people feel about the rebel flag. A lot of white people feel about that, about the rebel flag. So what you're saying to defend the rebel flag, you're contradicting yourself by saying it about the Nazi flag. So that'll be my new argument, hopefully to help open up eyes to people. I doubt it, because again, ignorance is bliss. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my drink. Y'all mingle in the chat. All right, I'm back. That didn't take long at all. Ow! That was the desk. That was my knee. That shook the whole fucking place. All right, where are we at here? I said you can't learn from it. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's old. I've already read other stuff too. Chilling, smoking dabs. Definitely look forward to the new Axe album when it drops. We can roll over 1 week of vacation, but unfortunately no payouts. That's stupid. See, my thing is where I work at, our management isn't what it should be. So when I take time off, what I do in my full-time job, I drive a forklift unloading trucks. When I get done unloading the trucks, I will usually run that freight, as we call it, out to the floor, to the sales floor. I work in retail. And so when I'm gone, they don't have somebody else do what I'm supposed to do, not efficiently. If it comes down to it and there's another truck and there's one that needs unloaded, then yes, they'll have someone unload it. And we have stalkers that are supposed to be like better than they are, but they're not. And our management doesn't stay on top of it, so they let it pile up. So by the time I come back from my week off, like I did this last time in July, everything's so backed up that I have to bust my ass the first couple days back. I basically undo my vacation. So a lot of times I will only use 1 day at a time to just give myself like an extra day on the weekend, just to help extend that day or extend my weekends. Or I'll usually cash them in, because for me a lot of times it's just not worth taking the time off, because I if I'm not there to do my job, it doesn't get taken care of. I have to bust my ass when I get back. So that sucks that you don't get payouts. That's cool that you have started listening to Fear Factory. I saw them in concert as openers for Alice in Chains back in the early 90s. I've actually been listening to Fear Factory now since 2008. So I've been listening to them because of the worldly situations a lot more. But I've been a fan of theirs for years. Don't disagree with you with what you're saying. People have to realize that this thing isn't a joke and lives are being lost because of this. And that's the big thing. Let's see. In North Carolina, I see that goddamn flag all over. Unfortunately, there's no getting through to them. They're too fucking stupid to understand anyone else's point of view. That's ultimately what it boils down to. But still, it makes a valid argument to be able to say, what do you think about the Nazi flag? At least, if I'm lucky, I'll get the occasional person that I can educate. I guess that's the hope of why I made the meme. To be able to have a conversation with people and maybe get through to them and show them that just because they feel that way about the flag doesn't mean that's how everybody feels about the flag, because the way they feel about the Nazi flag someone who's a Nazi supporter may not feel about the Nazi flag. So I'm going to put the music on my iPod. Probably going to wrap up this live stream pretty dang soon. So don't want that window. Jim Stockman. Hey CPN, how are you? How are you? No Ninja. I'm not CPN. I'm DCFAYGOGUY. Thanks for congratulating me on the wedding. Appreciate it. Oh shit! Joker's Wild, my documentary about Alice in Chains. Dirtumentary, that's awesome. Comes out August 22. If anybody digs Alice in Chains, I actually do like Alice in Chains. I'm not as hardcore of a fan of them as I am of say, Fear Factory, but I do have all their albums except for the newest one that came out. I haven't even listened to it. That tells you how much of a fan I am. I'm not like a hardcore fan, but I do love me some Alice in Chains. I will still to this day say that Jar of Flies is like the best album. If somebody asked me to pick 5 albums that are the greatest of all time, that's going to be in the top 5 easily. Just because it's one of those things like if they were hesitant about unplugging and doing that EP, they never should have, because that is a damn good album. Much love. My iPod. Probably wrap up. Actually, yeah, Alice in Chains is right here on my iTunes. Not that you can see that, but I can see that. Let's see, who is the other one? Scroll down. JL. No artwork for that one. That's okay. It doesn't play on my... Hey, you're being loud. Do you have to come in here and scratch, little shit? Couldn't find it for that one either. We'll do that later as well. Shh. Yeah. So loud. And I doubt it'll find it for this one because the way it's pronounced too. Yeah. Okay. So I need that album. And I need that album. That album. And I need Duality. Beautiful. What I do is transfer thing. All right, back to the chat. Let's see. I love Alice in Chains. I got Dirt the day it was released. That's how far back I go. Damn. No problem. Joker's Gallery. Dirt is my favorite rock album. Honestly, I need to listen to Dirt again. Yeah, ow, dude, you guys are gonna make me listen to Alice in Chains tomorrow at work. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I remember the first time I ever heard an Alice in Chains song. It was probably like 2007, because like I'd never really listened to them. I mean, I've heard songs by them and not realized it was them. But my oldest brother was out in his garage listening to the radio, and he was working on something. And I just happened to be out there hanging out with him, and Man in the Box came out. And like the guitar riff, I remember having the thought of like, damn, this song would be a good song to fuck to, because like it had the right rhythm to it and everything like that. And as the song played, I was like, I actually really like this song. And yeah, so that's how I ended up exploring Alice in Chains a little bit more. So, like I said, I was crushed when Lane Staley died. I actually, what's his name? Something, what is it? William Duvall, I think, is the singer that they added. The songs that he sings on, I actually don't like. I really think they should just keep it to Jerry. Let Jerry do all the the singing because he has a really good voice. I think they should have just left it with Jerry. So the average collector, the new singer for Alice in Chains, sounds just like Lane Staley. I don't know. His voice sounds a little bit whinier. I just don't care for it. Um, I would honestly say, speaking on Lane Staley and his death, the most like one of the most heartfelt songs that I've ever heard, and probably one of my favorite Alice in Chains songs is "Black Gives Way to Blue." And knowing the story behind that song is like fucking, you're gonna make me cry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's very beautiful, and Jerry did a beautiful job singing it. But like I think a lot of you guys like the heavier stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I have a very soft side to me, a very soft side. So you know what, Joker's Gallery, I don't know if you've ever listened to Fear Factory, but there's this big part of me that really hopes that you do, and that one day you'll do a Fear Factory documentary because you put together such great documentaries. I haven't even watched the not documentary. But I'm not a huge Slipknot fan either, so that's probably why I haven't watched it. But if you did one for Fear Factory, and I'm going to check out the Alice in Chains one, but if you did one for Fear Factory, bro, that would be awesome. And I don't know if you ever plan on releasing the Generation Twisted on like the CD, like you did the 20 and 17 and the Hollow Wicked. But if you ever do like a special release for that, I actually would like to one of these times sit down and commit to making that video I was supposed to make for you for the Generation Twisted. Because like I hate that I wasn't able to do a video for you, but I wasn't able to let go enough to like fucking talk about it. And it was like I don't want to do this to your documentary. Yeah, Nutshell. Nutshell is a beautiful fucking song. It honestly, I take that back. Black Gives Way to Blue is a beautiful song, but Nutshell really hits home on a lot of shit. I mean, I would agree with that. That they really need two singers to keep that sound. Echo Typhoon. The harmonizing between Staley and Cantrell was their signature sound though, and I agree. I really do agree. I don't care for Duval at all. Hey, I rhymed. Megadeth, I've not listened to. I'm not real big on heavy metal. Um, it was Fear Factory that got me to listen to Slipknot, if that explains anything. Um, my older brother, not my oldest brother had Archetype and Transgression. So my older brother was listening to Archetype, and he was actually listening to the song Archetype. And I happened to be in the bedroom with him when he was listening to it. He was playing Tomb Raider, and I was just watching, and he was listening to Fear Factory. And I really liked the way that Burton C. Bell vocalized in Archetype. And that was like, whoa, they do more than just scream and growl. What else am I missing? So I listened to Transgression and Archetype, and that's what made me a fan of Fear Factory. And it was because of that that I was able to go listen to Slipknot. But I don't like Slipknot's first album, Slipknot, and I don't like Iowa because it's too bang 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 bang, no rhythm. But then you get to Volume 3, the subliminal verses, and Corey Taylor sings his fucking ass off, and I love that. That's the kind of music I like. So if it's music that's too heavy for me, I won't get into it. Generation Twisted would have to be a 5 DVD set. Right on. I'm just saying if you ever did, like hit me up because I want to allow you to have a special feature um where it has that video for me. So like if you ever do, just let me know. But yeah, I think we're at a good stopping point. The chat slowed down quite a bit. I've got my iPod all loaded up with the new CDs. And we had some great talks with the chat. I want to thank everybody that tuned in live. Anybody that's watching this and it's not live, again, I apologize about the ads. It's super annoying. I fucking get annoyed by YouTube doing it too when I watch YouTube as well. I don't know why they're playing ads every 2 damn minutes. It drives me absolutely crazy. So I appreciate you guys watching if you're not watching live. But shout outs to everybody watching live. You guys are the shit. You guys are the reason I was able to stay live for an hour and 40 minutes because we were able to have great conversations. So I thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace.